5.3, submission of proposed Waikato regional plan change, Waikato and Waipa River catchments. Ariel and Sue, good afternoon, ladies.
So we had the workshop with you to discuss the key submission points that we wanted to propose for the submission, and we have here the item to allow you to endorse that submission. We've prepared the submission and we'd like to take any comments or feedback on that.
Okay. Thanks, Ariel. We got a copy of the submission, have we? Submission's here?
Yes, that was sent out separately from the
Okay,
agenda.
cool. Yep, good. Any questions of Ariel or Sue on the proposed regional plan change?
Mr. Chairman, I do have a number. Thank you for putting the submission together, and I'm very pleased to see in the letter that's going to go, you mentioned about the short and long-term economical and social impact on the district or on the region. If I could turn to page 39 of this document, I believe our submission needs to go a lot further. On page 39, it states that where a property area is greater than 4.1 hectares, for grazed land, the stocking rate of the land is less than 6 stock units per hectare. Now, to me, that actually indicates that when we look on page 84 in regards to the stocking rates that this document wants to achieve, it talks about a dairy cow being 10.4. So effectively, if you've got a farm that's over 4 hectares or 4.1, effectively that would mean you would be farming, and I said this at the last meeting, about 6/8 of a cow. Whether we make a submission to say that that is illogical, because it also then falls into line with page 40 of that document when it talks about having a slope on a hill greater than 15 degrees. Now, you don't have to go very far out of Taupo to see farmland greater than 15 degrees.
Yeah.
It then talks about fences at certain parts being so far away from a water body. Now, one lot it says 3 metres and another 5. If you had 1,000 acres with streams going through them at 5 metres or 3 metres, how much land would you lose out of productive farming? I know what the intent of this document is, but I'm very, very concerned, as others have expressed. For instance, Doug Edmeades, a well-known agricultural expert on fertiliser, etc., has claimed that it would be the downfall of the Waikato. But also it's the long-term effect of property valuations. And I'm just wondering whether we're taking a blunt instrument to try and achieve something. The other concerns that I have is in regards of the amount of documentation that farmers on small blocks of land are going to have to take part in. Reports having so-called pseudo-experts coming on telling them how to farm a 4.1 acre property. And then what was more concerning is the fact, with no disrespect to the persons involved, was in regards to the appointment of the expert. When it talks, certified farm nutrient advisor is a person certified by the chief executive or officer of Waikato Regional Council. I'm not sure what the expertise of a person that would be the chief executive officer of any council to actually undertake that particular decision making. And then we move to the dry stock farming, where there's more implications as to what you can and cannot do. So I'm just wondering, while we've been quite polite in the way we've phrased our submission on those various areas, I'm wondering whether we take a slightly stronger stand.
And sorry, just to add to that, I agree totally with everything that Councillor Body has said.
Thank you, Councillor.
Thank you. It's not often we agree, just so I can say that. But in this case, he's absolutely right. Also the dry stock and the situation of horses. We have an equestrian centre in our district, and there are many land plots on 10 plus acres, and we are trying to encourage an equestrian centre. Well, we have one. Are people going to buy 10-acre lots and want to be grazing horses? So how are we going to attract people to come and live here and use our equestrian centre? So we haven't really, emphasised that. So that's a really big situation. We really need to make more note of that. That's extremely important. That's a big thing for our district.
Okay. Thanks for that feedback. I guess the question that we have as of today, we're happy to go away and make some changes to the submission to reflect those points, or did you have some suggested wording changes that you wanted to add right now? But we can circulate those after the meeting. That suits?
Councillor Boddy?
Well, if we just start off with the 0.6 stock unit. Traditionally, and I'll explain the acreage, the word acreage to Tom over there because he's far too young to remember acres for hectares. Traditionally, we used to farm at 1 cow per acre, so effectively 2.5 per hectare. That's running a property as a completely self-contained unit. Today, we have what we call the milking platform. Everything's brought in, cattle are taken off, etc. So part of the thing I think we need to look at is the way we address the way we actually farm, but at least gives them that indication that this is the way we used to run, and we didn't have the problems that we do now, effluent runoff and that sort of thing. So it just seems to me that what we effectively may be endorsing is the ability of the farming community to actually make a living.
Yeah.
And I think one of the biggest ones was, if we look at a document such as this one to do with Mr. Barton and the work that he's been doing around the other side of the lake, and I believe how hard it is to actually, with the downsizing of properties, to actually survive, and the economic impact this is going to have on some of those farms, and that's real.
Councillor Cousins?
Through the Chair, we've already discussed it, I think, anyway, Ariel, that we are devaluing our land around the district.
Yes.
Every step, every little
And this is just
progress.
making it worse.
So what's the time frame again?
So the submission's due on March the 8th.
Okay, well, I suggest probably, Ariel, you still asking for feedback on this, or preparing our submission. So obviously there's some commentary coming from there, so I think if those councillors want to feed some more stuff into the system, they could do that. Is that correct?
Absolutely, and Sue and I are happy to draft out some additional wording that reflects the comments that have been made and send that around for people's consideration. So
I think you're getting reasonable nods around the room. I think it's a pretty major thing that that is happening. So I think the previous farmer in the room and business people in the room, I think, are alerting to our concerns there. So we need to perhaps strengthen up that economic viability of this plan.
yes, we can do that.
This equestrian centre's a
All right.
concern.
Okay, just Zane, when you talk, can you pull that around? Yeah, I don't think we could hear that. Councillor Hickling.
Your Worship, this was raised at Manukino representative group by the representative on that group, who is a farmer, was really concerned and was hopeful that the council would put a submission in, and a strong submission. So, yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, so that's Mr. Manukino reference group. That was your
Mark Seymour.
Mr. Seymour. Yeah.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
perhaps,
Mark.
perhaps if there's some dialogue with him too wouldn't do any harm either. Yeah. Okay, Ariel and Sue, are you okay with that? So the process going forward now will be particular councillors that have got a concern about this, and we'll double check the submission and suggest perhaps some wording changes. And will that need to come back to us again, or will it be too late?
It would be too late to bring it back to the next meeting because it's due on March the 8th.
Perhaps if you circulate it around, and the final endorse the amendment. Okay, yeah, cool. So we'll change the slight recommendation here.
The recommendation has with amendments in it. So.
Endorses the. I want amendments, yeah, you've got the brackets, yeah, cool. All right, thank you very much. Okay, do we have a mover for that, please? Moved by councillor Cousins, seconded by councillor Boddy. All those in favour, please say aye.
Aye.
Carried.